This is Mr. Christopher from Funkatopia, and I have on the phone with me right now Todd Stoops from the Mighty Kung Fu. How are you, sir?
Chris, how you doing, man? Thanks for having me.
Not a problem. So, for those who don't know about Kung Fu, why don't you tell people a little bit about what you do, where you actually started, and who is in the band, and how it's comprised, and what you're trying to accomplish with your funkiness.
Awesome. We are a funk fusion quintet from New Haven, Connecticut. We've been friends for years, but we've all been in separate projects. Kung Fu now is about 4 years old, but we all come from separate projects that toured in the same scene. My saxophone player, Rob Somerville, is from Deep Banana Blacktop. Our drummer and guitarist and bassist actually are from a band called The Breakfast, formerly Psychedelic Breakfast, and then I played keys with the band Rack from Vermont for a number of years. And we all had some time to put a project together about 4 years ago, and in our hometown of New Haven, there was a bar. We got together and did a Monday night residency, and at the end of 14 weeks, we had sold out 11 of them. So we were like, wow, we should take this thing on the road. And with a kind of a dedication to funk and the more, complex funk that's out there in the universe, a good cross between funk and fusion.
Well, that's cool.
So with a concentration on making people dance. I suppose the concentration would be, dance.
Right, yeah, or modern dance party, as your
Indeed.
website eloquently says. So,
okay,
you have lots of different of funk fusion elements going on, and you said you sold out all those shows. I mean, you guys must have some pretty incredible marketing. Either that, or do you actually think that this funk revival that we're trying to make happen is actually working here?
I definitely do, man. It's funny, we're friends with all the funk bands that are doing it right now, and we talk about this all the time at festivals when we get together. In fact, we'll be at Bear Creek next week with a lot of our friends. And I definitely think there's a funk thing happening. I think that EDM popped for a bit, and it's still popping, but the consumer definitely, we're a good alternative to an EDM show, a great funk band with, high-level musicianship is always a great alternative to going to see a DJ player or something like that. So the bands that are doing it right now, bands like Lettuce, they'll all testify to the same thing, a crowd really appreciates a great funk show. At the end of the day, playing live for people is where it's at. So that's kind of the goal,
Right, yeah, and you did mention Bear Creek, which is one of the things that we're going to be talking about. We'll be at the Bear Creek Music and Arts Festival along with you guys. We'll be there Friday through Sunday. I know you guys are proud. What days are you guys playing for people that want to come see you?
We're playing Thursday and Friday. We're playing Thursday night on the porch stage on Thursday night, and then Friday night inside the music hall.
Great.
Yeah, it's going to be great, man. We can't wait.
Yeah, so you played Bear Creek last year. Tell me a little bit about your experience, the first time that you experienced Bear Creek, because for me, I will actually be there, so I look forward to meeting you and the band. Tell me a little bit about what I can expect, or what anybody can expect going to the Bear Creek Festival for the first time.
First of all, when you pull in, you realize it's one of the coolest, if not the coolest, venues and grounds for a live, music festival pretty much ever. It's awesome. Hands down, I know a lot of people that would say the same thing. It's just the vibe of that place is unbelievable. The different stages, the walking around with all the hanging moss and it's like tucked away in Florida, and it's sick. It's a very cool little environment. Not even little, sorry, a very cool, huge environment. If you wander around and actually check everything out. I saw an alligator, or a crocodile, something like that. The first year at Bear Creek last year, I went for a golf cart ride and saw, crazy alligators and stuff. It was awesome. It's a great place. And then the crowd, the crowd at Sewanee, they're there to party. So, you definitely get back a lot of energy from the crowd. It's highly energetic groups of people. And we've also played Aura Music Festival there this past February at the same grounds, and it's like the same exact thing. I think the place is a vortex. It creates that energy. It sucks it out of people and puts it out in the air. It's awesome.
So who are you looking forward to seeing at the festival?
Everybody. Every great funk band is going to be there. Galactic, Lettuce, New Master Sounds. It's just like an explosion. Carl D. And it's going to be great to see some friends. It's November, so a festival in November. We've been out of festival season now 2 months, so bands have been on tour and doing the things. So getting to powwow and hang with your buddies. There's a lot of camaraderie behind the scenes. So getting to hang out with your buddies is a big part of it as well, and shoot the shit.
Well,
that's why a lot of us do this. It's not for the money.
No, definitely, yes, never for the money. Well, I definitely appreciate you taking time out of your night. We look forward to seeing you up at Bear Creek in a couple weekends from now. And we're going to play a track for those of you who have not heard Kung Fu. We're going to play their well, actually, before I let you go, tell me when people might be expecting this new album coming out.
It's done, man. What happened was we finished it, and then we wrote some kick-ass songs that we've been playing for the last 3 or 4 months. And we were like, you know what? We'd be remiss if we didn't put these songs on the album. So then we went back in the studio, and we recorded 3 more tunes, and we added them to the album. And then we wanted to make the other songs that were on the album sound like this because we've evolved a little bit since then. So we've gone back over all the other ones and kind of polished them up and added some parts. And, we figured that it's like a fine wine, and so those songs belong on them. The 3 that we just recorded are the album that really rounded out in a great direction. And it kind of puts a period, at the end, or an exclamation point, rather, of where we've been at for the last, 12 to 14 months. So it's also kind of symbolic in a way because we are writing a huge batch of new music right now. So it's kind of like putting the cap on this stuff and getting it out there and moving on to a new kind of era of Kung Fu music. So it's pretty exciting.
So are we looking at early 2014? Is that what we're looking at here?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, the album's done, like I said. So, as far as production and turnaround, we kind of do everything on our own, schedule. We're not really, the album is for the people. So it's, it's not like we have this big marketing, juggernaut lined up and we're saving it for a particular time. We're just trying to make the best, honest music that we can. And we felt like taking our time with it would lend itself to that ideal.
Well, like myself, I'm sure that everybody cannot wait to hear it, and we look forward to it. And again, thank you very much for taking some time out of your night. I know you're about to hit the stage, and we look forward to meeting you at Bear Creek Music Festival. And we will, right now, for those of you who have not heard of Kung Fu, we're going to play their track right now called Do the Right Thing. Thank you, Todd, for your time.
Take care, Chris. Thanks so much. This is Todd Stoops from Kung Fu, and you're listening to Funk-A-Topia.